Hello, I am the Godless Engineer, and today we're going to be talking about how Anita Fuentes false DMCA'd my ass and caused me to get a copyright strike on my channel. Now, in case you guys didn't see, I had a video up on my channel called Fraudulent Fuentes, where I laid out how, number one, Anita Fuentes was basically guilting her audience into donating money to her by, comparing not donating to her to not giving food to a starving child. I mean, she literally says that if you don't donate to me, it's just like you're starving a child. Also, in another video that I pulled from in that video, she, talks about the backlash that she received from her own audience, and she lists off a number of things that she was called, and then a number of things that she will not do for her audience. One including show her expenses. But I go a little bit farther than that, and I show how she actually had a ministry, had it registered and everything, but then dissolved it. But now in these videos, she is, collecting money from people under the guise of collecting for a ministry. She doesn't have a 301c ministry. She doesn't have any kind of business. She doesn't have anything in order to collect under that. She could collect money under, her own name. That would be fine. Of course, her ministry has her name in it, but it is a legal business name. Now, me personally, I'm kind of wondering what the IRS has to say about this, because I'm sure with her collecting a whole bunch of donations, her getting a lot of money, from people, from ads on YouTube, I wonder how she reports that to the IRS and if she pays taxes. If she were an actual ministry, she could just be a 301c and then, not have to pay taxes, basically. Now, Anita specifically came to my video and hit the DMCA button, basically, which is a report, and then report for copyrighted material. But you see, here's the thing about fair use. A lot of stuff has been going on YouTube about fair use. If you weren't around for the where's the fair use movement, you wouldn't know that YouTube has had a fair use issue for a while now. That's why they've really taken the time to actually update their fair use policies. Now, there are 4 factors to fair use. One would be the nature of the use of it. If I hadn't have used it in a transformative fashion, then I wouldn't be covered under fair use. Luckily for me, I did use it under a transformative fashion. By that, I mean that I added my own thoughts and ideas to expand upon the original work. The second point in the 4 factors of fair use talks about how, the nature of the copyrighted material actually factors into whether or not it's fair use. If the copyrighted material is of a factual nature, courts will more likely lean towards fair use rather than, imaginary or fictional works of art. The videos that I used from Anita were factual videos in which she was talking about her own congregation, about her own problems, and about responses that she received when guilting her audience into giving her money. Number 3 on the fair use, the 4 points of fair use, is, how much of the copyrighted material you used. If you didn't use a lot of the copyrighted material and only used little snippets of it and that applied to your response or to your own original work, then you're covered under fair use. Luckily, that includes my video. I took small portions of her video and used them in my own work. In order to accentuate my points, I felt like I needed for it to come from her, so that people knew that I wasn't just talking out of my butt or being disingenuous. The 4th factor on the 4 factors of fair use list is whether or not I've damaged her ability to profit off of the copyrighted material. Considering that she uploaded this copyrighted material to a free and public site in which people did not have to pay to see said copyrighted material, I am not damaging her profitability off of this video. She's still able to make money off of it. It hasn't damaged it in the least bit. People can still go there and watch it for free without having to pay for it. So considering my 4 points there of the 4 factors of fair use, I am completely covered under fair use in this situation, as is most other response videos. So Anita filed a DMCA against me, a false DMCA. I then emailed her through her website saying that, this is a false DMCA, you need to retract it, it will lose in court. So, please, I would like to resolve this amicably if you can. And then she sends a response back to me saying that she's willing to go to court and sue me for damages over defamation, libel, and the use of her copyrighted material. So after I got done laughing my ass off at her email that she sent to me, I then sent an email back to her telling her that I would be filing a counter notification and pursuing any kind of action from there. When I went to put in the counter notification, I got a spot to justify why it wasn't why it was covered under fair use. So in tagging each of the 4 points of fair use, I explained how my video is completely covered under the guidelines of fair use as deemed by YouTube policy. So after explaining all of that, here I am. I've sent them a counter notification. I can only hope that YouTube actually looks at the video and sees that it's not, infringing upon her copyright, that is completely covered under fair use. But even so, even if the strike remains and I'm unable to do anything about it until January of next year, I can still cut out her portions of the video and just record me reading what she reads and then put it back up. It's still going to be out there. Anita, whether you want to admit it or not, you're being fraudulent in collecting money the way that you do. You're being fraudulent in guilting your audience into giving you money. The video is in no way defaming you or even committing libel, which I believe you can only do when you print something in the newspaper, print something, in a publication or something. So, Anita, this false DMCA thing is only going to backfire on you. And I really, really suggest you retract the strike. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please go down below, hit that like button. If you liked, my coverage of my current predicament, leave a comment with your thoughts down below. I would love to hear what you think about alternate routes that I can take. And also subscribe if this is your first time here, first time seeing me. Thank you. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I will catch you guys next time. Points about praying in these times and whatnot. I know a lot of people don't like to crap on others about the whole praying thing, but I seek to actually impose any kind of government on any group of people. Actually, there's a whole government, the Articles of Confederation, that separates